So basically, like
So
a fixed
starting with
mindset.
what mindset is. What is a mindset?
Um, okay, a mindset is um like someone's beliefs that helps them to respond to like a certain situation or how they interpret a certain situation also.
Okay, yeah, very good. Okay,
Yeah.
so when we talk about Dweck's mindset theory, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, so um, Dweck states that there are two different types of mindsets. There is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So um, mm, hold okay, so so a fixed mindset is like when people when you believe that your abilities are fixed and unchangeable. So they usually so children who develop a fixed mindset often like feel like they do not have certain skills and will just give up very easily because they think that like a certain ability is just not within them. So they just stop trying. And often like children can develop a fixed mindset by receiving person praise like as they as like throughout their childhood. And yeah, like person praise is like when you praise somebody based on their ability rather than their effort. And a growth mindset is like when you believe that putting an effort into like doing what you want to do can improve your abilities. And a growth mindset is usually developed um, through like when when like um, when like a child receives process praise, which is when you praise somebody based on their effort. And yeah.
Very good. Okay, and basically, so to start, right, mindset is basically a set of beliefs that we have, yeah, about our ability to succeed, yeah, succeed in education and other areas of our life. Yeah, so I think you understand growth mindset and fixed mindset quite well. So can you tell me points? So you did mention like um, about fixed mindset and how they come to develop it, right? So can you tell me a little more about like the key points of the theory? So what does the theory state? What is the key points?
um, like uh, um, uh,
Okay, so we'll go through it together, okay? But okay, so before that, right, are you okay?
huh?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just have to be like quite quiet because like I'm in like I think like a lot of people are studying also.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So
It's
yeah.
just you seem like quite down. So as long as you're sure that you're okay, cause that will affect like your ability to focus as well. So you're okay, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just like I
Okay.
just need to like keep my voice down because like
Okay.
usually I'm a loud person. So
Okay, I understand. All right. So you just have to be quieter. All right. So the key points of the theory, we can take away three key points. Yeah. So the first one is children should be praised for their effort rather than ability. Yeah. So you did mention like in a fixed mindset, usually they are praised for their ability instead, right? So
yeah.
the theory, right, the key point is basically they should be praised for their efforts. Yeah, the second is children can develop a fixed mindset and give up on challenges because they believe it's not in them to succeed. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the third one, I think this is quite important, is that teachers also have fixed or growth mindsets. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
if a teacher with a fixed mindset um, will probably be very harmful to the child because they will focus on the child's ability, whereas the teacher with a growth mindset sees a child can improve with sticking at things like perseverance. Yeah.
Yes.
So, can you tell me the strengths and weaknesses of Dweck's mindset theory?
It has practical applications because, like, since the study stated that like children should be praised more for their effort rather than their ability, this can be like um, this can be applied um, to like to maybe parents, and this can like encourage parents to like praise their children more on their effort rather than like their ability to do something.
Good. Okay. Anything else?
Um, and like there's evidence to support this theory because like other studies have found that like um, they don't have like other studies have found like students no, yeah, students with a growth mindset like tend to uh, like tend to do better at school, like socially and academically, compared to students who have a fixed mindset.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all the strengths I have.
Okay, so for the fact that you said that students can improve like with a growth mindset, right? Actually, I will I'll start with that. Yeah, so to build on that, right? Basically, um, there is actually research support, yeah, to actually support this. Yeah, so if you so it is supported by scientific evidence. For example, Yeager and Dweck found that a growth mindset improved 1,500 low achieving students' grades. Yeah, so you see how like the sample size is like really really big, and the fact that there were results from it. Yeah, so it is scientifically backed. Okay. The other strengths is that it supports free will. So this theory acknowledges that we have free will, and Dweck believes that we have the power to change our thinking and thoughts about challenges, and that we can move mindsets. Okay, and then you talked about applications, so you can further talk about like how it's useful, right? So it is useful in that we can use the theory in schools. So teachers are now instructed to praise effort and give continuous feedback about how to improve the students' work rather than being grade focused. Okay,
Yeah.
so what weaknesses do you think there are about this theory?
Doesn't it like lack ecological validity because it was set in an artificial setting?
Okay, so we are talking about like the weaknesses of the theory itself, right? So yeah, so maybe you can talk about how the methods used to support the theory um, lack validity because participants might lie and provide like more socially desirable responses, means like responses that they think that are like better or will like reflect on them better. Yeah,
Yeah.
so because for example they use questionnaires, right? And yeah, so basically this method it lacks validity. Okay, and the other point is that it lacks research support. So in 2017, David Dadao, have you heard of him?
Uh, no.
Okay, in 2017, he wrote an article questioning this theory because he believed that just because you believe you have a growth mindset doesn't increase your abilities. Yeah. So I guess in terms of whether this is supported supported in terms of research, right? You can argue for both strength and weaknesses as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to jot all of these down. Yeah, and then we can move on to the next one, all right?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't hear you. All right. So we'll move on to Willingham's. Okay. So Willingham's. What does the theory state?
The theory states that practice and effort enable us to master certain knowledge and skills, and if you practice enough, you'll be able to do things and remember things automatically.
Okay. So, um, so I think there are a few parts to this. Yeah. So I'm going to break it down. So basically, Willingham states that you need to have previous knowledge. Yeah. Only then can you learn and develop skills. So,
Okay.
knowledge frees up space in our working memory, and thus, this allows us to practice skills such as problem solving. All right. So you understand that Willingham basically suggests that you have to have like the foundation first, and the foundation is previous knowledge. Okay. All right. So practice and effort. Um, can you tell me what Willingham's theory states about practice and effort? What does practice allow? Not allow. What does practicing do?
It allows us to master like knowledge and skill.
Okay, yeah. So to break it down even further to how it works, right? Basically, Willingham states that practicing allows knowledge and skills to move from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so Willingham states that enough practice allows us to do things automatically, therefore leaving space in our working memory to learn new things. Do you understand? So he's basically saying that um, because we are doing all this automatically already, we have working memory to learn new things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one, okay, Willingham believed that we can boost children's cognitive, physical, and social development, right? And Willingham also suggested strategies that teachers should do to support this. So can you tell me what is suggested for cognitive, physical, and social development?
Mm, I'm not sure.
Okay, so for cognitive, right? Do you understand what cognitive is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Willingham suggests that we use problems that are not too far out of the student's reach. Okay, and to remember that children's abilities change every day. Okay, for physical, um, it's suggested to focus on what movements would be necessary for a task. So practice the muscle movements in front of children. Okay, and for social, we encourage self-regulation. Yeah, so when we encourage self-regulation, we teach the children to not be influenced by others. And how we do this is we demonstrate appropriate behavior for children to model. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you understand that already, yeah? So, what are the strengths and weaknesses of the Willingham's theory of cognitive development?
Um, like like Willingham's theory can be used it can be applied to education and can help promote a child's development in a good way.
Very
Like
good.
it
Okay.
can it can encourage like a a steadier development.
Okay, very good. What else?
Um uh, um oh doesn't he like draw the conclusions from other studies, and most of these studies are like scientific and have like and are quite reliable.
Okay, so if we are talking about research support, right, we can also look at um, this study. So I'll send it to you in the chat. Yeah. Um, okay. So are you familiar with this study?
Pardon?
The study that I sent you in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with this study?
Oh, you coming here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the textbook.
Yeah. So this research support actually helps the Willingham theory. Yeah, because it provides experimental support. Yeah,
Mm.
it shows that young children needed the knowledge in Piaget's experiment before they could understand the skills. So if you're talking about research support, you could actually quote this um, as a strength. So what are the weaknesses
Yes.
of this theory?
Um, like it doesn't take into account like genetics and genes. Like like you can't change someone's like genetic makeup, and you can't like strategies cannot change the genetic makeup like of someone. So like yeah, and um like
Okay, so okay, I think I'm going to rephrase what you said and also add to that. Yeah. So basically, Willingham ignored the importance of individual differences in learning. So he did talk about how some of his theories relates to genes, and how what's in their genes cannot be changed easily using strategies, right?
huh? Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
anything else?
Um, yeah, nothing else. I can't think of anything else.
Okay, so another thing is it's not reductionist, yeah? So if it's not reductionist,
Oh,
what is it?
it's holistic.
Correct. So Willingham's ideas come, um, it has many areas, right? So it has neuroscience, memory theory, cognitive development, meaning that his ideas are not really one singular theory. So
Yeah,
this could be argued as a weakness as well. Okay?
it can be like a strength and a weakness in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can jot all of these down, and once you're done, we can move on to the next part, okay?
I already jotted it down.
Okay, so now we're going to move on. Wait, the next part is developmental study too. So Gunderson, do you want to go through that?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me the background to Gunderson?
So basically, like there's been research to see like to see like that shows that the way parents praise their young children like um like impacts a child's mindset as they grow older, and it shows like it's like it can develop like the type of praise that's given to them can develop their cognitive framework over time. And so Gunderson wanted to see whether um like um whether like different type like person praise, whether like different types of praise affects like like the framework of children.
Very good. And what types of praises are there?
There is person praise and there is process praise.
Okay, what?
So
Yeah.
uh, person praise is when you um, praise someone for their like for for their ability instead of their effort, and this is dangerous because um, it can lead to like children thinking that they are born with or without an ability, and this can turn into like a fixed mindset, and children, and because like the child already has a mindset that's like, oh, like my abilities are unchangeable and I can't do anything about it no matter how hard I try. They won't try as hard as children who are given process praise. And process praise is when you praise a child for their effort instead of their ability, and um, because of this, a child is able to be more motivated and know and can, and they know like, oh, if I put in work, I'll become successful, and my ability, like my ability is not fixed or unchangeable. um, and this can help kids develop a growth mindset, which um, will mean like they're most likely to like keep trying, and they won't give up on like stuff. So yeah.
Very good. Okay, I think you do have the concept and understanding of this. Okay, so we will continue with this. So, for person praise, right? What type of it can lead to the child developing what type of framework?
Is it like uh, an a motivational framework?
Okay, so both frameworks are motivational. For person praise, it can lead to developing an entity motivational framework. What does that mean?
Is it like it's it's like when when a behavior is a result of how a person has grown up.
So the framework is basically the behavior and ability is fixed and it's based on the child's nature. Okay, and so now I want you to compare it to the incremental motivational framework that will develop from process praise. Okay, and basically, incremental motivational framework is when the behavior and ability can be changed with effort. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I think you do have like the understanding of the concept. I just think that you need to be more specific with the keywords, yeah, or phrases. All right. Okay, so now we talk about the aims, yeah, of Gunderson. What are the three aims of Gunderson?
um they wanted like they wanted to know whether like they wanted to know whether like when a children when children are performing a task, they wanted to know if like different types of parental praise would influence whether they like try, like they give up on the activity or not. And they wanted to see whether parents give girls less process praise than less process praise with girls and more process praise with boys.
Okay, what's the last one?
Rippers, just rip it. Pardon?
What's the last aim?
Um, it says like, oh, the parents' use of process or person praise in early childhood predicts a child's reasoning 5 years later.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, just to repeat, are children affected by different types of parental praise? Do parents give more person praise to girls than boys? And does the use of parents praise predict their motivation in later life? Okay. So now you can go on to the procedure. Can you tell me what the procedure is?
Like, what Gardner said did is he followed a certain group of children over like a certain period of time, and like they wanted to see like they they took into account like what type of praise the parents gave the children, and then like 5 years later, like they recorded down like behaviors. Oh yeah,
Okay,
like
so
they wanted to see if like the type of praise that the parents gave the child, the, the, the type of praise that the parents gave the child, whether it um influenced their um like their mindset as they grow older.
yeah. Okay, very good. So, you said that they followed the children, right? So, do you remember what type of study is this called? Remember you asked me
Um,
about, yeah,
is
following
it
the
longitudinal?
very good, yeah, longitudinal, yeah. So, the sample included 29 boys and 24 girls. Yeah, there were a range of cultures. So, for example, 64% were white, 17% were African American, stuff like that. Yeah, so it is a longitudinal study. The children were assessed using a questionnaire at 14 months, 26 months, and 38 months. And then 5 years later, their motivation was reviewed. So, what did the questionnaire have? It included a range of questions about their motivation, morality, beliefs, and intelligence. Okay, so what were the results?
Um, like the results show that I'm not sure.
So, overall, parents gave more praise than person praise. Yeah, process praise was given more to boys than girls. Okay, so process praise 18%, person praise 16%, boys 24% process praise, and girls 10% process praise.
Okay.
And the results found that a strong correlation between process praise and motivation was strengthened. Yeah. So the conclusion is there is a clear relationship between parents' use of process praise and a child's later use of incremental motivational framework.
Don't look at me
Yeah.
like that,
So
bro.
remember what incremental motivational framework is? It's where the ability is changeable. Okay.
Okay.
Conclusion also found that oh no, sorry, conclusion also found did not find, sorry, that parental use of person praise led to an entity motivational framework.
Sorry.
So, conclusion, the study did not find that parental use of person praise led to an entity motivational framework.
Okay.
Okay, so you understand how the conclusion has two very different findings compared to like what was expected, right? Because we did expect that process praise does develop incremental motivational framework, right? However, the study also found that parental use of person praise did not lead to entity motivational framework, which was what was believed before the study. Yeah?
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so when we evaluate Gunderson, can you tell me the strengths and weaknesses?
Um. The study was in a naturalistic environment because it was a longitudinal study. It was just like it was the kids were raised in their home, so it's a natural environment, which means that the findings like also like what wasn't was it is it considered an observational like study, like it's like you're observing behavior.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And Um,
So just now you said research was in naturalistic settings, and
yeah.
then the easy follow up to this is it increases the ecological validity of the study. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Anything else?
Uh,
So remember at the start I mentioned who were the participants. Can you analyze that as well?
oh, like the children.
Yes.
Um, like I'm not sure.
So remember how the sample had 29 boys, 24 girls, and a range of cultures. Yeah. So
Oh,
generalizability. There were a mixture of participants, cultures. Yeah.
yeah.
So just to help you to remember it better, maybe I should mention. Yeah. So for example, 64% were white, 17% African American, 11% Hispanic, 8% multiracial. So you see how diverse it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that you can think of?
Uh, um, I mean, I know a couple weaknesses.
Okay, so I guess we will go through the last strength first, validity, right? The researchers who videotape and analyze the data did not know what the study was on. Therefore, the interpretation is less likely to be influenced by bias. Okay, so
Okay.
what weaknesses do you know about? What do you think are the weaknesses of Gunderson?
The participants were deceived because this is an ethical issue because the like they were like the parents of the children were told that it was about like child development, but it was about like the type of praise and how it would affect the children going on,
Very good.
and
Yeah.
this is not ethical because
Yeah.
the parents did not consent to that kind of study.
Okay. Anything else?
And another one is like the parents like this has grounds for like um wait I forgot what um well like parents may have changed like their style of praise because they knew they were being observed, so like like that means like the behavior is not naturalistic.
Yeah, okay. So they may have changed their behavior, yeah. So not necessarily the style of praise. All right.
Oh yes.
Okay. So
What is the term called again when they like demand characters?
yeah, demand characteristic.
Okay, got it.
All right. So next one, do you want to go through Piaget as well?
I think I'm fine with Piaget.
Okay. Anything else you want to go through first?
Um, like uh, maybe we could go through like cognitive behavioral therapy as a treatment for addiction.
Okay. Hold on, yeah.